showed up today, or that Senator Coleman was at Woodstock. That is 20 years old. First of all, I don't believe he was 20 at Woodstock. That's no fun. Get him under oath here.
Double deuce Terminator. Double deuce Terminator. I'm doing that for my son tonight. He was with you in Fallujah.
Was he really? What's his name?
Patrick Claypool, 1st Platoon.
There we go. Outstanding. Give him a round of applause. Very good friend of mine. God bless you. You raised a patriot. And that's really what this is all about, isn't it? You know, we're talking about Mrs. Carlson. I served with Michael Carlson. Your son served with Shrek. We know this kid. Today I'm at a cemetery today, and I'm looking at, you know, you could tell the tombstones from the era. They're faded, the ones in Korea. And then you come across dark print, and you find yourself, your stomach tightens up because you don't want to read that he was a KIA in Iraq. You know, you don't want to see that. But then you see that he was a Vietnam veteran who just passed away. And then you find yourself thinking, well, wait a minute. You know, it's all on the same team here. Now, I'm standing in the cemetery, and I'm realizing, you know, I'm standing over the ground of these warriors. There's got to be a better way to visit a cemetery. We've got to take our shoes off or something. This is holy ground, you know. And it dawned on me that, you know, I remember thinking to myself, it was Christmas, and I got 2 little boys, and I'm looking at my 2 little boys, and it's Christmas, everyone's all excited, and they're hugging each other, and everything's great. One of our dear friends was Jason Denford, and he died on Christmas Day 2006. And, you know, civilians look at, you know, what is it, the first Monday of every month, the first Monday of every May, I should say, is the last Memorial Day, the 20th of May. Memorial Day is the day where everyone stays home from school. They watch the parade. They feel good about themselves. They go up to a vet and shake their hands. You know what dawned on me is that civilians don't get it. They don't understand the difference between Veterans Day and Memorial Day. Don't wish me happy Memorial Day. That's not what it's not about us. Memorial Day is every single day of the year that we wake up, that we look outside, that we see birds, that we see our kids laugh and cry. That is Memorial Day, because we realize that, you know what, our brothers didn't come home. Our brothers and sisters gave everything. You know, and I'm looking at my sons, and they're in this hug, and like a time warp. I'm right back at Fallujah, and I looked at these 2 bodies on the ground, these 2 enemy insurgents, and they were holding each other as they died. And I went through their pockets, and I looked at the picture, and it dawned on me that these guys were brothers. They were brothers from the Philippines. Now, what is a Filipino doing in Fallujah? I mean, first of all, come on, go to dental school. You know, you want to contribute to your people and your population. They decided that they were going to give their all and fight Americans in the field, disrupt the country. That's what they wanted to do. And you know what? We talk about gold star moms that they give their sons. They literally invested their hearts, their future, their love, and to have that literally spit upon. You know what the tragedy of what happened today is? It's not the fact that a couple people wrote emails. It's the fact that right now there are people watching and know that this town is being represented by those people. That's the tragedy. Then on Bill O'Reilly tomorrow, you're going to have a bunch of people watching this thinking, man, Minnesota, man, I told you, you guys are wackos. And that's not the truth. They're not seeing this room. They're not looking at the fact that we have a heat casualty 5 back there because people are all crammed in like sardines. And by the way, I do feel like a McNugget up here. I want to who amongst them thought, you know, we need light and we need interrogation or what? I mean, I'm ready to come clean. The moral of the story is we're fighting an enemy. We raise our children by the quality of their life. We want them to grow up. We want them to take part in society. We want them to do something. We want them to give back. And our enemy is raising their children by the quality of how they die. You can't rationalize that. Every single professor and every person in the universe that gets us ready for combat wants to sit us down and give us culture shock. This is the culture of what you're fighting against. Well, you know what? It's about time they learn the culture that they're fighting against. Our culture is a culture that doesn't stop. The greatest generation is the greatest generation because they understood they were at war. And at war, you either win it or you lose it. And my father's generation, the Vietnam generation, the warriors and heroes of Vietnam, they understood that too, but they were robbed of that glory. And as I look in the crowd and I'm seeing them making eye contact, absolutely. I feel that too. I feel that. And what's amazing to me about the Vietnam veterans is that every time I feel the rage, I'm expecting, honest to God, every time I talk to a Vietnam veteran, I get my jaw ready. Swear to God. I get my jaw ready because I think I'm going to get slapped. I do. I think I'm going to get slapped because you know what? I had a little Anheuser-Busch commercial with the people clapping as the soldiers came home. I get to go to SeaWorld for free. And what do you get? Nothing. You get nothing, and you're supposed to like it. You're supposed to suffer for serving your nation. Well, you know what? Everyone comes up to me and they ask me, what can we do? What can we do? Can I write you a check? Write us a check. Love your check. We can do lots of things with your check. But you know what? At the end of the day, we're going to hit the same amount of people. We're going to tell the same story. What we can do is we can do exactly what we're doing right now. We can get on one side of the line and stand shoulder to shoulder and say enough. It's not going to happen anymore. No more is there going to be shame for serving your nation. I'm sorry. You're just making it hotter, okay? I'm sorry that there are people that are threatened by these stories. All right? I'm sorry that it takes people to hear about what happened in Vietnam.
Flag busters.
Exactly. Why don't you come up here with me? I'm not even kidding. I'm all about it.
That principle where he belongs.
Absolutely. I'm right behind you. Amen. I'm right behind you. Absolutely. No.
And he's going to apologize before it's done in the newspaper.
How about face to face? That'd be even better. Absolutely. What it comes down to, though, what it comes down to is the fact that we literally have a generation that is. There are people that are threatened by these stories. There are people that don't want us to thank Vietnam veterans because they want to repeat what happened to you. That was when, you know what? I remember in 1986 when we bombed Libya. I went to school as a 4th grader, and I was scared to death. I was scared to death because I didn't know what my military could do. I didn't know what my country could do. And I didn't know because of the fact that what they did is they neutered our nation. When they shamed you as a Vietnam warrior. They neutered us and let us hold our breath when the United States military went to war. So in '91, we did cartwheels when we won. We weren't expecting it. Schwarzkopf and his laser gun. We have laser-guided bombs. Are you kidding me? This is incredible. This is fantastic. The United States of America can win a war. Guess what? We've never lost a war. And we're sick and tired of having defeatists and fatalists dictate to us the way we know our military. We know the quality of warrior we put up there. So today is the day that we make a joyful noise, and we do it in the memory of the 4,000 plus that we lost. We do it in the memory of the 3,000 plus we lost on 9/11, and we do it in the memory of the 58,000 we lost in Vietnam, because this isn't happening.